In the dim glow of a flickering stage light, a young girl named Lily stepped onto the platform, her worn sneakers squeaking against the polished wood. The audience hushed as she clutched the microphone, her voice trembling but pure, singing a ballad of loss and hope that pierced the air like a forgotten melody from a distant dream. Little did she know, this moment would unravel secrets buried for years, changing her life forever, and yours, dear viewer, if you stay till the end. Hit that like button now if you've ever believed in miracles, and subscribe for more heart-stirring stories that remind us family is the greatest treasure. Lily grew up in a cramped apartment on the outskirts of the bustling city of Evergreen, where the skyline glittered like a promise she could never quite reach. At just 15 years old, she was the kind of girl who wore hand-me-down clothes with quiet dignity, her dark hair tied back in a simple ponytail that hid the worries etched on her young face. Her mother, Elena, had been her whole world, a single parent who worked double shifts at a diner, scraping by to keep a roof over their heads. Elena's laughter used to fill their tiny home, but lately, it had been replaced by coughs that rattled like thunder in the night. The diagnosis came like a thief, stage 3 cancer, treatable but exorbitantly expensive. The bills piled up faster than Lily could count, and the doctor's words echoed in her mind, "Without surgery soon, we can't guarantee anything." Desperation fueled Lily's decision to enter the city's annual talent show, Stars of Tomorrow. The grand prize was $50,000, enough to cover her mother's operation and more. She practiced in secret, humming tunes in the alley behind their building, her voice a raw talent honed by years of singing lullabies to herself when Elena was too tired to tuck her in. But the challenges were relentless. School bullies mocked her for her rags-to-riches dreams, calling her the charity case singer. At home, Elena's health deteriorated, she could barely get out of bed, her once vibrant eyes now shadowed with pain. Lily juggled homework, part-time jobs delivering newspapers, and caring for her mom, often falling asleep with tears staining her pillow. "Why us, Mom?" she'd whispered during those long nights, holding Elena's hand as the woman assured her, "Life tests the strong ones, baby. You'll shine." The audition day arrived under a stormy sky, mirroring Lily's inner turmoil. She arrived at the grand auditorium soaked from the rain, her guitar case battered but her spirit unbroken. The judges were a panel of industry giants, a pop star, a music producer, and the enigmatic Alexander Hale, a self-made millionaire whose tech empire had made him a recluse. Rumors swirled about him, cold, calculating, a man who had everything but gave nothing away. Unbeknownst to Lily, Alexander was more than a stranger, he was her father, a secret Elena had guarded fiercely after their whirlwind romance ended in heartbreak 16 years ago. Alexander had left, pursuing fortune, unaware of the child he had fathered. Now, seated in the shadows of the judge's booth, he scanned the contestants with detached interest, his heart a fortress built from years of isolation. As Lily's name was called, her knees buckled slightly, but she thought of her mother's frail smile and pushed forward. The spotlight blinded her, but she closed her eyes and began to sing, an original song she wrote called "Whispers in the Wind," about a daughter fighting for her mother's life. Her voice soared, raw and emotional, weaving tales of poverty, love, and unyielding hope. The audience leaned in, some wiping tears, others holding their breath. Midway through, her guitar string snapped, a disaster for any performer, but Lily didn't falter. She continued a cappella, her passion turning the mishap into a moment of pure vulnerability. Backstage, contestants whispered enviously, but Lily's mind was elsewhere. On the hospital bed where Elena lay, hooked to machines that beeped like accusations of time running out. Alexander froze in his seat. That voice, it stirred something deep within him, a memory of Elena's gentle humming during their stolen nights together. He leaned forward, his usual stoic facade cracking as Lily's lyrics hit home, "I'd trade the stars for one more day, to see you smile, to chase the gray." His hands trembled, could this girl be? No, he pushed the thought away, but doubt gnawed at him. The other judges praised her technical skill, but Alexander's feedback was curt, impressive resilience. Inside, a storm brewed. After the show, he couldn't shake it. He pulled strings to access her registration, Lily Ramirez, daughter of Elena Ramirez. The name hit like a freight train. Elena. His Elena. A quick private investigation confirmed it. Lily was his daughter, abandoned unknowingly in his pursuit of wealth. Meanwhile, Lily returned home to find Elena worse than ever. The fever had spiked, and an ambulance rushed her to the ER. "We need that deposit now," the doctor said gravely. Lily's world crumbled. She had advanced to the finals, but the prize was still weeks away. In her despair, she confided in her best friend, Mia, a relatable sidekick who had her own struggles with a broken family. Mia, with her fiery optimism, rallied their small community, organizing a bake sale, a car wash, anything to scrape together funds. But it wasn't enough. Lily faced her darkest challenge, doubt. "What if I fail, Mia? What if Mom?" She couldn't finish the sentence. Mia hugged her tight. "You're not alone. Heroes don't win without a fight." The finals loomed like a beacon. The auditorium buzzed with energy, cameras rolling for the live broadcast. Lily chose to sing a cover of Hallelujah, infusing it with her pain, her voice breaking on the high notes as tears streamed down her face. The crowd erupted, but Alexander, now tormented by guilt, watched from his seat. He had spent the intervening days reflecting on his empty mansion, his billions that meant nothing without connection. As the judges deliberated, he made a decision. When it was his turn to speak, he stood, his voice steady but eyes misty. "Lily, your talent is undeniable, but your story, it touches something personal." The audience gasped as he revealed the truth. "I'm your father. And I've been a fool for too long." Chaos ensued, cameras flashing, whispers turning to roars. Lily stood frozen, her world tilting. "What?" she whispered, collapsing into sobs as Alexander approached the stage. He explained everything, the brief love affair, his departure for ambition, Elena's silence to protect her from a man she thought heartless. But now, seeing Lily's strength, he vowed to change. He not only awarded her the prize but pledged to cover all medical costs, and more. He wanted to be part of their lives. Elena, watching from her hospital bed via live stream, wept with a mix of joy and forgiveness. "My girl," she murmured, her strength returning at the sight. The resolution came swiftly yet profoundly. Elena's surgery was scheduled immediately, funded by Alexander's resources. Lily, wary at first, began to open up during hospital visits where father and daughter shared stories, his regrets, her dreams. Challenges lingered, trust wasn't rebuilt overnight. Alexander faced his own demons, selling parts of his empire to fund charities for single mothers, proving his transformation. Lily's bullies apologized, inspired by her story, and Mia stood by as the glue holding them together. Months later, Elena recovered, her laughter echoing once more. The family reunited, not in luxury, but in a modest home filled with love. As the credits roll on this tale, remember, sometimes, the greatest fortunes aren't in bank accounts, but in the bonds we forge and the courage we muster. Lily's journey teaches us that vulnerability is strength, forgiveness heals, and hope can rewrite destinies. If this story moved you, and I know it did, smash that like button to spread the inspiration, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional roller coasters that remind you life's twists can lead to beautiful endings. What's your takeaway? Share in the comments below, we'd love to hear.